recorded a video yesterday. Damn it. But I didn't have no sound. I painted the keister, the rear end for this thing yesterday, hung it up in the booth. I guess you really didn't miss much as far as footage goes. Just my charming banter is all you missed out on, so probably live without that. I'll show you though. Here, let's take a look. Yoink. Can I get in this way? Holy jumpins. There it is. So this was a coat of Endura epoxy, and then 2 coats of Endura. It's just called low gloss black. I don't know, that's all it's called, is low gloss. There's a few different glosses levels. There's flat gloss, straight black, low gloss, medium gloss, no gloss, teeth gloss, eye gloss, nail polish gloss, whatever, I don't know. This is low gloss, and I think that's coming up all right. That's got like a really nice factory semi-gloss look to it. So now that that is done, the next step will be to put it on the ground. I didn't do those on account of, I don't even know if we use those. I'm going to take them, there's a fella not far from me that can turn brake drums and stuff, take them to him, see how thick they are, and see if they're still round enough, and if they're still nice and round and thick enough, then I would prefer to use those, because those are the factory brake drums. And aftermarket shit is going to be just that, it's going to be shit. So that's why I didn't do those, and if we do wind up using them, I'll just give them a blast, clean them up, and then I'll paint them a very similar low gloss black. So there, that's what I done yesterday. It's sketchy. Does she look sketchy? Because she is sketchy. All right. So what we're going to do today now, patty cakes. Look at you. You don't even fit on there. Never mind. That's for all the cat haters in the crowd. All right, there you are. So I got a bunch of stuff. I got brake lines, etc., etc. I kind of laid them out, had a look at them, whatnot, and came to the conclusion that so I need to put the rear brake line in up under the car before that diff goes back in. I got to pull the cover off the diff and look inside it, because I'm hoping that I can put some wheel seals and a pinion seal in it and put it back in the car and use it, because the car doesn't got a ton of miles on it, hasn't been driven in a long time, it's fresh oils, yada yada in there, and it should be good, I would think. And so as well, when I was laying out the front brake lines, I mean, I think you can kind of tell that that's a reasonable facsimile, but we're just not quite there. So I don't know if I got to kill one of these bends or something, because stuff just ain't jiggy. But I can't tell that until I get a power booster and a master cylinder on the firewall, so I can find out exactly where everybody's going to land. I don't have that either. So I can roughly do stuff. So what I am going to do, once I'm done babbling on ad nauseum here, anything on that, fatty cakes? Are you going to make a jump at it? Jump for it. Jump for it. You can get it. Jump for it. She's not going to jump for it. I'm going to put the subframe in. I have, here, hold this, would you? I have had for quite some time a lovely bushing kit. Does the subframe to the floors and the rad support. I got rubber. I'm not putting urethane in. I don't see the point. I have been told by people that have bought, you know, the fancy red urethane biscuits and body mounts and stuff. Of course, if you buy them and you put them in, well, you're going to tell everybody that that's the shit, that's the way you got to go. But I don't know. It's they say it firms the ride up, makes everything a lot stiffer. Well, how much are you losing by a little hunk of rubber? You know, that putting urethane in versus rubber is going to make that much difference? I don't buy it. Not only that, but I just don't buy it. So there. That's it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it, and I didn't buy it. I bought rubber. And that's what I'm putting in. So I'm going to clean the stub up here. And actually, you know, this is going to be fairly uneventful, I think. Because, I mean, I've done it before. All you do is you wheel it under there, you put your mounts in, and then you find a point that you're happy with on the car. What I will do is I will go from, most likely I think I'll go from the upper fender bolt holes, and you cross measure to make sure that your frame is in there square. And you're only going to get it, I mean, within 1/8 of an inch, or, you know, a little more, or whatever. If you can get it that close, that's fine, that's dandy. The biggest thing that'll happen if you don't get her squared in there, and you don't go and you get a reasonable wheel alignment on it, is the car might dog track, because your front wheels wind up pointing this way a little bit and your back wheels point that way, so when you're going down the road like that. And nobody likes that. So I'll get her squared up. Like I said, I'll go from these fender holes, and maybe I should show you what I'm looking at, you know, instead of just pointing at shit that you can't see. Like you. So what I'll do is, as stated, I'll measure from that fender hole, and I'll go down to one of these holes, like these two holes in the top on either side there. Your rad support bolts into one, I believe that front one, and then the other one will be a jig hole. As you can see through that hole on the side, you can see that hole in the bottom. That's a jig hole. When they build this stuff, they'll take all these pieces that this subframe is made out of, and they'll set them on a table, and that table has got pins sticking up all over the place. And there's holes in these pieces that sit over top of those pins, and that positions everything. So they set her on a table, on a bed of nails, basically, and some of those nails poke through, and then they do some of the most god-awful, shittiest looking welds you've ever seen in your life to hold her together. I mean, that's pretty nice, hey? Oh, holy hell. I mean, look at that. And that's factory. That's what GM done. Pretty nice stuff, boys. I mean, just don't worry. I mean, look at the size of the wire they use. That's wiener thickness. That. But anyways, whatever. They done it. It lasted this long. It'll last a hell of a lot longer. So, anyways, the point that I strayed away from was to square it up. You know your upper fender holes are going to be in the same place. Focus. And then, like I said, you'll be able to tell by a wear pattern on the frame which one. I mean, either way, even if you do go to a rad support hole, that's fine. Because, I mean, they're still going to be in the same point on either side. Left to right, they're going to be, what am I looking for? Are they going to be congruent? Or are they going to be, what are they? They're going to be in the same damn place. So, yeah, anyways, doink. I'm going to clean that up a little bit, get some stuff out of the way, and then we're going to put her under. Make fatty cakes? Well, why are you smacking me when I'm poking you in the fat? If you didn't have so much fat. Well, if you had fingers, you could poke me in the fat now, couldn't you? But you don't, so you can't. So there. Yeah. All right. Who cleans up this place? Nobody? See, you probably down. You? Oh yeah, yeah. Come on, you son of a bitch. We seem to have a discrepancy in the size of biscuits here. So I guess I better pull out some paperwork and see what they got up their sleeve here. Because we got 2 mounts for the rad support, and then we got 4 body mounts. But 2 of the 4 body mounts have a different sized lower thingama. What's this? So just what do you guys want here? What's going on? How come? So yeah, position 1 you want those. Position 2 and 3. You should be in the same. However, they are not the same. Yeah, I saw you. So, oh, they're not same thickness either. You dirty bastards. Wow. I didn't really see that coming. Huh. Well, who do you want where then? Because we got big ones and we got little ones. So position 1, that's the old radiator support. And then now they say position 2 and position 3, they don't show a differential in the mounts. Position 2, 1.495, position 3, 1.41. Also, they want the thicker one. 5.11.3, 5.8, 5.11.3. Yeah, those are all the same. All right, well, apparently, good thing we had a look at this here on account of, so position 1 gets the fatter. What? No, position 2 gets the fatter. So the front body mounts get the heavier ones and the rear ones get the skinnier ones. Okay. Give me that. All right. If that's what they say, who am I to argue? All right. So you want the thicker ones in the front. And then we want the thinner ones in the back. And then the rad support ones are way smaller. Well, according to Gordon, that's what we're doing. According to Gordon. Get away, you big fat cat. You big fat cat. You are one fat kitty. So I got the mounts, bolts, biscuits, washers, yada yada, blah blah blah, etc. etc. This stuff. Shit, you can't even see me, can you? Look at you. You're looking right. Look at you. Look at you. Look at me. Okay. That's better. So I done the thing with the stuff. Now we'll give it a one of these and see where we're at. Something that might make it easier if you're doing this. If you're cross measuring from one of these bolts, like I'm doing, one of these bolt holes. Yeah, those are 3/8. Stick a couple of bolts in the hole. Thread them in there, and then you can hook your tape off the bolt. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to, instead of fighting with shit, just put a bolt in there. And that will hang on to your, that'll keep your business. You know what I'm saying? That'll keep the business. And now you can cross measure it all by your onesie. See that? Now let's go right down to the center of the old rat's porthole, and I got 62 right on the nipples. On that side, right in the center. On this side we got 61 and 3/4. So this side needs to come ahead. That's it. So if pulling it ahead doesn't do it, give her one of them. Because the whole idea is to get your two measurements as close as possible, right? So there we are, like in the center of that hole is what I'm trying to do. I would say I'm like 61 and 7/8. No over inch. Huh? I'm still 62. So if one side's longer and the other side's shorter, you got to take away from the one side and add to the other side, which means it's got to go that way. Right? Are you smelling what I'm stepping in? I say that a lot, don't I? Stepping a lot. I call that 61 and 7/8. I would say that's square. So now what I do, myself anyways, now that that's looking pretty square, if you get under there with a ratchet, and you ratchet it, it's going to take you a little bit, you know, to work your way up through the threads, right? So what I like to do is just hammer that son of a bitch home. Because if you can pound her up there without it moving. We should probably, damn, should have done that. Steering, hey? The steering. Let's hammer it home first. If you can hammer that home in a hurry, you can probably zap it up there without it moving. Whereas if you're laying there for 5 minutes with a ratcheting, chances are pretty good it might move. So we'll put this on give her all the way, as they say. And we'll pound her up. You ready? Here we go. See how quick that was? Now, a lot of people will say that was some ugga-duggas. I don't talk that way. This is the one and only time you'll ever hear me say ugga-duggas. Because that's stupid. Stuff like that kind of hardens my cheese. We're still there. Let's hammer this bitch. Oh, get on there. Are you there? Where are you? How are we? Oh, yeah. Pound that turkey. Turkey pounder. Check her again. Like I said before, if you're out a smidgen here, they can take it up in a wheel alignment and other adjustments. So that's showing just the tickle under 62. Right, fatty cakes. And this is showing just a tickle under 62. I like that. All right, I'm going to go underneath, pound up them other ones, and like it's only the 4 bolts, right? There it is. I'll pound the rear ones up. Measuring them, you're not going to measure them off of nothing, because who gives a shit where the back of the subframe is? What you got to worry about is where your front wheels are and where your rad sport's going to be, because if you can't get your rad sport where you want your rad sport to be, you're not going to get your fenders where you want your fenders to be. So that's why that's the most important, and for wheel alignment sakes. The rear of the subframes, who the hell knows? I mean, did you see those welds? Pretty precise, hey? So, yeah, I'm going to do that. Well, here it is. This is the moment I've all been waiting for. Actually, that's true, because I've been showing signs of concern over this rear end. I don't know what I'd done. I had the ass end of the car up shortly after it was here. I don't remember why I had grabbed onto one of the back wheels, probably to pull myself up. And it came out a bit, like it probably came out over an inch. So something's going on inside there, I think. And I wanted to get it painted before somebody worked on it, if somebody else has to work on it, just to clean it up, clean the grease off, make it nice. So here it is cleaned up, and I'm going to pull the cover off and see just what in the smelly hell's going on in there. We'll do some of this, and then some of that. Oh yeah, hey. And then here, let's do this too. There, no, I should be right in the way so you can't see diddly poo. Gotta have a fatty cakes giving us a hand. What's the world without a fatty cakes helping, hey? Hey, fatty cakes. Watch out, I'll clock you right in the noggin. Well, it's got oil in it, that's a good start. So that's an oily bolt. Gotta do something with oily bolts. Here. Got an oily bolt can though. I wonder if I can tip that up. Get out of the way, you old fatty muchachos. If I can tip that up, and then maybe some of the oil will trickle out that hole while I take the rest of the bolts out. And then I won't make such a hell of a bejesus mess all over the place. That'd be something, hey? Is it all coming out? I don't know if there's any oil coming out, is there? Well, there was oil on the bolt anyways. I am not a differential guy, mechanically wise. I have worked on them a little bit in the past. Here, look out, you old fatty cakes. I used to have a Chev Malibu years ago, and I had a 9-inch in it.
Nice thing about the 9-inch rear end is you can do it on a bench. Like you can pull a center section out and set everything up on a bench. Chev rear ends, not so much. But as I said, I am concerned about our innards here. I'm really hoping that there's nothing really detrimental going on in here, but I can't imagine why you'd be able to pull that wheel in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Because that's not what they're supposed to do. This one does that, and I don't think it's an option. Not when you're looking for. It's pretty stinky. It already smells like burnt up gear oil. I would guess that this gear oil in here is going to be 40 years old. I don't think this car's been driven since the 80s. They were probably listening to disco last time they drove this car, hey? On the mean streets of Saskatchewan, Canada. I'm not sure what town in Saskatchewan. Alright, I'm going to need something in the thing. Oh yeah, you mentioned it! So that I can make with the smashing and the popping apart of the thing to look at the stuff. What about here? Come on, now, give me something here. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Why don't you just jump up and get right in my way, would you? Damn cats. All right. Tappy, tappy, tappy. Oh, we're glued on there good. Ooh. There's some piddlage. Well, that's a good sign. It's not water either, because oil, believe it or not, oil's lighter than water. So if this diff was full of water, we would have like Irish cream coming out of here. It looked like my coffee on a Sunday morning. Well, there it is. It is pretty gooey. I'm guessing that a good portion of this goo is going to be material from clutch packs, I'll bet. Where are we? What do we want to do here? I want to put this somewhere, that's what I want to do. Without getting gear oil halfway from here to my mother's place. Of course, that's rotated around in a direction where I can't see what the smelly hell's going on in there. I can see what the smelly hell's going on. I'll be back in a sec. I'm back here getting a rag. Just talk amongst yourselves there for a minute. Shit, that's not in a good position for me to try to see what's going on there, though. Is that doing anything for me? No. No. Well, I want to, yeah, boy, that's good and gooey in there. Ew. Wow. It's like grease in the bottom. Okay, let's now, what do we see in there? I don't know what we see. Do you know what we see? I don't know what we see. Like I said, I'm not a rear end guy. Shoop. Oh. So this is what I see. You see? Now I don't know. Like I said, I wonder if there's a bigger hole 180 degrees from there, if maybe, I don't know if it's going to have a bigger hole on the other side or not. Always looking for a bigger hole, hey? You don't hear that every day. So let's roll her ahead and see. Oh, there's no hole at all. Well, how am I supposed to know what's going on here then? What do we got? Oh, we better get down on the knees, I guess. So what's this gonna... Wow, that's a weird thingamabob. Kind of wish I knew a little more about differentials at a time like this. Sorry about that. See, this is a solid cast piece in the center here. Now, I've never had a diff that has just look at the gear pattern. Every diff that I've had, you can see, well, you know, there's no C-clips in here either. There can't be, because how would you get the C-clips out? So does that mean that the axles bolt at the flanges? Because I haven't checked that yet. I suppose I should have checked that first. Yeah, this is a hell of a thing, this thing. Alright, well, I'm going to pull the wheel off. I'm going to pull the drum off. Because maybe, I mean, is it possible? Does the spotlight axle bolt at the flange over there? Like a forward 9-inch? I don't know. Guess I'll find out. Well, this is kind of proving fruitless. Ain't no fruit here. So as I said, now this axle that ain't right now, is it? I got it jacked up a little bit. This side. So the left axle, you got approximately 1/2 inch of play. The right axle, I would say maybe 1/16 of an inch. Now, on the other side of the coin though, the only other time I've seen this was, as I said, I had a forward 9-inch in a Malibu. And when I put slicks on the car, it was a standard transmission car. And it was a heavy car. So I had a hard time braking rear ends. Actually, I had an easy time braking rear ends. But at one point, I had a Ford Motorsports posi in it. And it was the same as this. So I would say that this has 4 spider gears and 2 axle gears. I think. Because I'm thinking each one of these pins that you see here, that's lined up with the gear, hey? This pin, it's going through a gear. So I would guess that that pin's going through a gear, and that pin should be going through a gear. So I would say that that gives this thing 4 spider gears, and then your 2 axle gears in the sides. I guess what I'm gonna do is clean this out, I suppose, and I will look at that goo in the bottom, hey? Just look at that goo. That's some bad, that's a bad goo. That's an inch thick laying in there. It's almost like somebody's living in there. I'll scrape that crap out of there. Oh yeah, but no. And I guess I'm gonna have to load this thing up. I'll do some Googling first. Can't imagine that a half an inch of play in an axle is okie doke. Up periscope. What do you think of that? Not much, eh? Woohoo! But yeah, I can't imagine that having a half of an inch of play in one axle is okay. I really thought that when I got inside there, because it should be C-clip held, right? That maybe the C-clip would be, I don't know, maybe the spider gear would be cracked or broken half, or you know, something visible in there. But I can't see nothing. Like I said, every other carrier I've had, you could see inside. You can't see inside this carrier. And I'm not pulling caps and pulling shit apart in there because I'm not a rear end guy. So I think what I will have to do is, today's Thursday. Yeah, I guess I'm going to phone probably here this afternoon and see if there's a guy in town here that I like to use when I get anything done. So I think I will get him on the old telephone and see if I can drop this off either tomorrow or Monday and see how quick they can go through it. And I guess I might as well get them to I'll pull the brakes out of it before I take it, and then I guess I'll get them to I guess might as well, as long as you're here, check the bearings and at least put new seals, new pinion seal, new axle seals in it, and see what's going on with that. I'm kind of guessing, you know, it kind of seems whether you got a good guy or you don't got a good guy. Nowadays, it kind of seems like you can take something in for $85 worth of work and it's $1,162 bill by the time you pick it up. And I'm hoping that that's not the case as far as this goes. It's just snowing like a bejesus out there again. You know, like what the hell? We get some spring, then we get summer. It's 18 degrees. Then it's 2 degrees and snowing. It's, I don't know. It's the way the old cookie bounces, I guess. But anyways, I thought maybe this would be a more interesting discovery on the old differential, but didn't really discover nothing. I discovered that you can't discover shit. That's what I discovered. Real lack of discovery going on here. What would this be, a bad marriage? Divorce? Where do you go through discovery? Ah, never mind. That's where we're at, though. That's going to be gross, scooping that goo out of there. I mean, that's pudding. That's the Grinch would like that. That's a reference to the Jim Carrey Grinch movie. You know, when they're conga lining him and they're making him eat cheese and making him eat stuff, and somebody stuffs something in his mouth and says, "This is not pudding." Well, this is not pudding either. Damn. Well, I guess yeah, there's no point, and I'm going to scoop that out, do some stuff here, then I'm going to crawl underneath and lay on my back and fit some brake lines up. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. So there's really no point in you guys hanging around. Yeah, I guess that's it. You know, like I said before, if you think there's any value to what I do here, to watching any of my videos, just tell somebody else. Maybe somebody else might get a kick out of it too. I don't know. I think that's it though. That's all I got. Those who are still here, thanks for watching.